Good day, and many thanks to the organizers of Infotech 2020 for inviting me to speak to you. It has been 3 years since I was last in Belgrade, and I would be happy to be there with you today in person. Instead, I am speaking to you from our COVID-19 lockdown in New York, and I'm going to share with you today the importance of business continuity management training, and particularly online training, especially during this time of COVID-19. My name is Michael Bittle, and I am the Managing Director of the Institute for Business Continuity Training. I actually began working in the computer industry in 1969 as a key punch operator, back in the days of overnight batch processing. Fortunately, my job became obsolete as online processing became the norm during the 1970s, and users became connected to mainframes, CRTs. Any downtime could immediately disrupt business operations, so maintaining high availability networks became critical. And back then, if you wanted to learn how to protect your data center, you had to learn on the job the hard way. And if you wanted to know how a computer worked, well, you had to build your own with parts from the DeVry Institute. In the 1980s, data processing moved out of data centers and onto mid-range computers and standalone PCs. IT disaster recovery then became a real profession. But to become certified as a CDRP, a Certified Disaster Recovery Planner, you had to take a 5-day course in the United States. Only a few companies in the States provided on-site classes, and usually only Fortune 500 companies could afford the time and money to send their people for training. Luckily for the rest of us, some correspondence schools also offered computer training courses, and they would send out their weekly printed lessons to us by snail mail. The 1990s brought us the desktop revolution, putting technology on everyone's desk. High-speed digital networks and the growing internet permitted global connectivity. Tolerance for downtime began to disappear. Companies started to realize that it was not enough just to protect their computer systems. What about protecting their ability to provide goods and services to clients? So out of disaster recovery planning came business continuity planning. Business continuity, as you know, answers the question, how do I help keep my business up and running no matter what? It's not just about IT, but the whole business. It means creating a suite of documented and tested procedures that make sure your business does not experience unacceptable interruptions in any of its key activities. It extends traditional IT disaster recovery. It includes crisis management plus the actual business recovery or business resumption plan to recover key business activities and continue providing core products and services to customers. It is obvious that the survival of your business cannot be left simply to chance. So what are you going to do to learn business continuity? Read a book? Fill out a template? Hire a consultant? You have to know what to do and how to do it. Business continuity training and professional certification are essential if anyone is to take your advice seriously. And that's where companies like IBCT come in. In fact, it was right after 9/11 in New York that we started the Institute for Business Continuity Training. Our goal then and now was and still is to teach everyone who wants to learn about business continuity management. Everyone, not just the Fortune 500s. Most of our students were and are IT specialists just like you, looking to expand their understanding of business recovery beyond IT. We knew that everyone could not come to the USA for a training course, so right at the start we adopted remote learning. Indeed, our first distance education courses were simply CD-ROMs mailed out to students, much like the correspondence courses that used to be sent through the mail. For many students, this correspondence school method was often the only option they had to further their business education. Thanks to dropping costs of technology, we were soon able to improve on this method by uploading PDF lessons onto protected directories on our company website. Then, as the internet speed improved into the early 2000s and online applications such as Moodle became freely available, the option of really learning online improved. About 10 years ago, for example, IBCT partnered with the United Nations to develop a 21st century approach to online continuity training for disaster managers living and working in some 20 different countries in the Caribbean. These were people who would never have had the time or the money to attend an in-person class. This experience for us enabled a significant expansion of our efforts in online training, and it has grown ever since. COVID-19 provided us with another opportunity. Months ago, it was obvious that no one was going to attend an in-person class anytime soon. It isn't just a quarantine issue. Companies are having to lay off staff and are going to have to cut back on travel and training expenses just in order to survive, like they did back during the 2008 economic crisis. So we decided to use this time to completely revamp our courses. The major drawback to developing online training courses is time. Estimates say that it takes over 100 hours of work to create 1 hour of an online course, and most companies simply cannot afford that kind of investment. But the downtime created by COVID-19, when everyone was self-isolating, or should have been, it gave us all the time we needed to completely redo our own coursework and to put it all online. And we can thank the cloud for enabling this technology to work, since hosting it on one of our own servers would have been cost prohibitive. Once we decided to update all our courses, it meant that we could apply the recently revised international standard ISO 22301 and increase the number of courses that we offer. Courses that could not be delivered in person are now offered online. For example, I wanted to teach a cybersecurity class. Now we've been able to put that course online. You can see it on our new website, www.bcmcourses.com. We have about 10 courses online there, and many are typically about 25 hours long, organized into individual half-hour lessons. And many courses result in professional certification. One obvious benefit to online learning is that if you live far away from a physical course location, you can still take your class of choice at a significantly reduced cost. Just this week we had students registering from Ireland, Trinidad, the UK, the States, and other countries. We could not go to each one of them, and they could not come to us because of COVID-19. So the online experience is a good compromise. So, you might ask us, what lessons have we learned about distance education over the past 20 years? Well, first of all, don't take this the wrong way, adult students retain only about 20% of what they are taught, unless the learning is reinforced in different ways. Fortunately, these days there are a number of different methods to do this. Number one, using audio and video. Well, video and audio is not new. The PDF and the older SCORM versions of online lessons did not allow us to use them. Technology now makes this possible, and it makes the content easier to learn. Second, We can use an adaptive learning environment, which lets students learn at their own pace rather than according to the instructor's timetable. This means you can review lessons as often as you want to reinforce your skills. Third is bring your own device. Gone are the days when everyone used desktops for their courses. The new platforms allow a flexible program for personalized learning, and students use smartphones, tablets, laptops, whatever they wish, and the course material syncs across all devices and easily adapts to each person. What is the future of business continuity education? I believe it lies in virtual reality. Our goal is someday to recreate the classroom experience right inside your office or cubicle or apartment. This has proven very effective in other fields, and it should work for business continuity management as well. Stay tuned for progress on this. I hope COVID-19 has been a wake-up call for you. Information technology is important, no question about that. People are important too, and both ICT and people together play a vital role in keeping your business up and running. Business continuity is becoming more and more essential. So, ask yourself this simple question. What would increase your value to your organization, and what would increase your value to a prospective employer? For myself, I'm a firm believer in the value of continuing education and professional development. To remain relevant to your current organization and to increase your value to a future employer means that you have to keep your resume and your skill set up to date. You should be looking for opportunities to increase both your breadth and depth of knowledge. You can increase the breadth of your knowledge by attending a conference such as Infotech 2020. At the same time, you can increase the depth of your knowledge by taking a business continuity course and gaining professional certification. Well, thank you for allowing me to share a few minutes of your time. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your conference. And if you would like more information about business continuity management, please contact me through www.ibct.com. Thank you.